Hi guys, it's Michelle Patterson here with Ella Vaughn, and this is the third time I'm trying to record this video. Weird things have been happening. We'll see how we get through this. I don't know what's going on, but I should explain why I look the way that I do. Okay, it is hot out, and when it is hot out, I am lazy, so you will see there are no contacts. I have no polish on. I should get around to doing that. When I do not blow dry my hair, this is what happens, and I don't have that much makeup on, but whatever. I figure, you know, like most of you came over from my Angel Souls channel, so, you know, you understand, I'm sure. All right, so what I'm going to be doing in this video is I'm going to be going back and answering some of your questions that I've gotten off of Facebook, giving you a little shout out. If you like this kind of video, let me know down below. And head over to my Facebook page, make sure you like the page, and leave me some other questions, and we'll make another video if you want. So forgive me as I kind of look down. I know that's a big no-no on YouTube, but I'm a rule breaker. And plus, maybe you're going to be seeing other weird things in my hair. Whatever. All right. We're friends now, right? All right. So the first question we have is from Laura Mae Justine Croft. Hi. You say, hey, Michelle, what's your favorite brand of foundation? I could talk about this all day. I am really struggling to find one that matches my skin tone. I've tried a few different products, but nothing has really suited me. Any suggestions? Much love and kisses. Much love and kisses right back at you. But first of all, it can be very overwhelming with foundations. If you're looking for a higher end brand, you really can't go wrong with like La Prairie, La Mer, Estee Lauder. I've never tried, I think what is it, Dior Flash Finish? Is that what it's called? I've never tried that. I so want to. I've heard good things about it. You know, those are good brands to try as well. And before we even go on further, let's back up and talk about primers. You got to have a good primer. I tend to like the Smashbox one. I've heard mixed reviews on that, but I like it. It works for me. Cover FX. I have a few samples of that. I've been trying it. I like that too. But, you know, drugstore brands, they have some. But be careful with primers with drugstore brands because they can get a little peely and gross. Right. All right. So there's a high-end foundation. You also, especially in the summer, you have the option of a tinted moisturizer. And one of the best ones that I ever used, this is what I used to use when I was working at Estee Lauder. I would use the Clinique tinted moisturizer with some SPF in it. And then I would use the, the Clinique Double Makeup Press Powder. I haven't purchased one recently, and I really should because I always loved it. It was my go-to. It was my standby. I mean, it was just phenomenal, and your skin looks unreal. Now, you know, with the tinted moisturizer and the double face makeup, you get the coverage that you need. And at least when I was using that combo, I wouldn't get like a cakey look or anything like that. So that is also an option. If you want drugstore brands, yes, I absolutely have a favorite that I reach for all the time. Oh, as I drop it, and you can tell probably that I've used it. It's the Neutrogena Hydro Boost Hydrating Tint. Moisturizes and plumps for skin for 24 hours. This is, I've heard, a dupe for the La Mer one. I mean, okay. Fine. It works great, and it's kind of really good for your skin. Now you can kind of see it has, can you see? It has a bit of a thicker texture, and there's that big wand, but I really like it, and it really works well with a beauty blender. Make sure the beauty blender is wet. Somebody left a comment like, you have to wet your, I know that. I've been using beauty blenders for a long time. For thinner foundations, like this one I can just use my beauty blender with, and I'm good to go. But typically I like to use a brush first to kind of buff it in and then pat it out. Now I know you're asking about color combos, but even if you don't have, like if you get something close, you know, the old-fashioned thing that you're supposed to do in the drugstore is to put it under your chin. You look like a fool, like, but you know, even if you didn't get an exact, as long as you're blending it down and blending it in your ears, you know, over your ears and stuff like that, and kind of buffing it out and put some powder over it, you'll be okay. I mean, the only way is like, you want to understand whether you're warm or cool, okay? Now, there's a thing on YouTube that I just saw where you look at the veins on your arm, and if they kind of have like a greenish hue, then I think you're warm. If they're really blue, then you're cool. But I'm sorry for those that have deeper skin tones. I mean, I did that because I'm Whitey McWhitey over here. So that's how I figured out mine. And I'm sort of like light warm. So that's another, if you do happen to have a deeper skin tone, I'm sure somebody out there has like a really cool trick to figure out whether you're warm or cool. That's going to help you a lot. Like for example, this is a warm, okay, this is actually soft beige, and I feel like it's warm. I thought it said warm. Maybe I'm getting confused. But at any rate, that's a good way to kind of gauge what you want to go for. Like if I were to get, I don't know, like a light color, but it's like cool undertones, like I look crazy, right? So that's another way that you can do that. But yeah, this is phenomenal, and I really, really like it. And I want to say this is about a $16 price point. I have several different foundations that I swap out, but this one has lasted me a couple of months, and I use it kind of often. So that's an option for you. Then we have, this is a little dirty again, these are ones that I actually use. This is Mehron, M-E-H-R-O-N, Celebre HD Pro HD Cream Foundation. Love it. I love this stuff. And it fits the bottom of a beauty blender just fine. You just kind of take a damp beauty blender, you can just twist it in there and get going. This is a little heavier. This is something I typically use when I'm gonna film. I'm not wearing it today, I got lazy. I'm just wearing a tinted moisturizer from Tarte. I don't even think I put powder on. I was like, whatever. Like I was really just too warm. But anyway, normally if I'm going to do photographs or something like that, I will wear this. Now, if you're still like, Michelle, no, I just don't want to, I'm still having a hard time matching my color and I want to keep with drugstore, then go with e.l.f. This is a very good foundation. Okay, you got to work it a little bit more. So I typically, this one has the pump. This one's a little bit thinner. So I typically use a brush, which makes it streaky, okay? But that's just to get it laid down. And then I'll go back in with the Beauty Blender. And I made a comment, did I say this already? I made a comment where I'm like, what's the big deal about Beauty Blender? It's a little labor intensive to keep stippling around your face. I mean, until we figure out something better, I guess that's what we get. But this is a great one as well. And then you can get a couple of different colors and sort of, you know, put them together. Now, because I filmed 3 times, I can't remember if I said it in this video or if it was in the other video where I thought I was filming and I was not. Yeah, that happened. But let me just say it again. I might be repeating myself. You can always go to the Lancome counter if you want a higher end, and they can color match you. Sephora will color match you, or you can just try to mix colors together. The other option, again, I can't remember if I said this already. I may have said it in the other video, not this one. The powder foundations, we talked about the Clinique one, but I have tried the Urban Decay powder foundation, and I have tried the NARS one. Urban Decay is okay. The NARS one, I don't like it. I do not like it. Like it feels weird. It doesn't wear very nicely for me. But I'm still messing with it a little bit. I'm not sure if I don't know, maybe I didn't let my moisturizer set in long enough, or the primer I used wasn't working well with it. That is a distinct possibility. Not every primer works well with every foundation, so I'm going to keep with it. But those are expensive ones. I mean, you may as well get the Clinique one, is all I'm saying. Okay, so if you have further questions about that, leave your comments down below or come on over to Facebook and let me know. So the next question we have comes from Kristen Begley. Hi, Kristen. I'd like to know about one of your favorite places you have traveled to and where you still dream of going. Oh, that's a great question. I love to travel. I don't exactly love the process of traveling. I tend to get a little stressed out in airports, but where have I been? I have been a few places. I've been to Maui. Maui was phenomenal. There was a lot for me to do. But I went alone, whole long story on that. It was very spiritual for me. There was only one bad day on that trip, and I hate to call out a place, but the Sheraton in Lahaina, not so much. Ugh. Again, if you want me to do a review on that, let me know. But I only stayed there because I wanted to snorkel at Black Rock. I think it's called Black Rock. And it was a mistake. I should have just stayed elsewhere. But that story, the Hawaii story, is also a good one about manifestation. If ever you guys want to hear that, I can do a video on that too. So Maui was phenomenal. I've been to Barcelona. Barcelona was fun. I'm a chocolate girl, and I don't mean like, oh, in a cute way, we women, we joke about chocolate, la, 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 la. No, I mean like I got books on it, okay? I wanted to be a professional chocolate taster, and if you're laughing about that, it exists, okay? It exists as a career. You can do this, okay? So yeah, so I'm really into chocolate, and Barcelona actually has like a whole street devoted to chocolate makers and all this stuff, and they have a chocolate museum where your ticket to get in is a chocolate bar, and of course it's what is it, Gaudi, the artwork around, lots of great art museums. The thing that didn't really go with me too well is it's a big part, well, not party, it's like they're big into their nightlife, let's say, and I don't know, I already feel awkward in clubs as it is, and then I'm in a foreign country, and you know what I mean. But you know, besides the whole clubbing thing, which didn't really sit well with me, my friend and I, we took a transit train out to another city. It starts with a G. It's outside of Barcelona. I can't remember off the top of my head what it's called, but I had one of the most amazing experiences out there. They take their siestas at a certain time, so we were there the Americans trying to find lunch, right? So we go into this place, and it's owned by this married couple, and they had the cutest little boy. I think he was probably maybe 2 or 3 years old, and we did not speak each other's language, and yet we had a phenomenal time, and we were just playing. We were playing with a balloon, trying to keep it up off the ground and all this stuff. And they were sweet enough to let us stay, even though they closed down the restaurant. But again, whole other story. And I've also had a really good time in Cozumel, just being out on the ocean, and yeah, it was really nice. And I met some really cool people there as well. As far as where I want to go, everywhere. I want to go everywhere. I would really love to see like Norway, the Netherlands, Finland, Sweden. I would like to visit Switzerland. That would be amazing. And also Australia. I really want to go to Australia. I think that would just be amazing. All right. So the next question we have here is from Liz Moore Fredrickson. Am I saying that correctly? Hi. You say, I want to know, how do you do your eye makeup? It looks great. Does it? Again, here's a lazy girl over here. It could be done better. Definitely. There are probably better techniques, but I more often than not stick with neutrals. Man, I don't, you know, and I do, this is kind of an aside, but again, if you want a video on that, always let me know. But I get eczema on my eyelids. Okay. It's terrible. It hurts. It's ugly. Ugh. And it's actually kind of scarred my right eyelid a little bit. So, and kind of made it a little, I know this is weird, but made it a little wrinkly. So I think I'm going to have to start, and plus I'm getting older. So I'm going to start trying to, you know, perfect my technique on how to kind of, it's not that I have hooded eyes yet, but they're getting there. But yeah, I stick to I should have brought my brushes out. I'm sorry I didn't. So like a blender brush, like a fluffier one, okay? And I take, well, let me start from the beginning. So eye primer, right? First I put on the eczema cream. I have to do that for me, and I let that soak in while I'm doing other stuff on my face. And then I put on a primer. I have a Kat Von D one that works well, and I have the Tarte one. It's like a clay stick that I like a lot as well. So I let that kind of settle in and blend that all in. And then I take kind of like a light brown shade, and I just kind of do the windshield wiper thing, and then I fluff out like in little circular motions, and then a medium brown, and then a darker. So I just keep building in the crease. And then I typically do like something, I keep to one look. I mean, I don't really, you know what I mean? I don't really branch out. I will, and I'll film it so you guys can laugh at it as I try new things. But, and then I just do the outer triangle here, the outer V with like a darker color. And I keep blending the whole thing, right? Not dragging it down, but and actually, okay, you want to talk about the lazy girl's way to eye makeup? I put it on and it's a mess. I mean, it's wrecked. I mean, it's just like color everywhere, and you got to be very light-handed with the darker color. So I'll kind of blend it out here, and then literally at the end, I just do this. And then I fix it up here, and then if I have to take the beauty blender and put it back under here, that's what I do. So call it a day. And then I typically, I like the cream. I have a couple of creamy, like I have a Laura Mercier eyeshadow stick, which is kind of creamy, and then I have Bobbi Brown ones. Again, because I am getting older and because I have issues with my eyelids being kind of, you know, skin problem ridden, it does kind of settle in a little bit, the creamier ones. So I probably should just use those up and then not use them again. But if you don't have those issues, just a nice creamy kind of light sparkly eyeshadow right here, just blend it in, done, good, right? So that's basically what I do most of the time. And then of course eyeliner. I don't, you know, the winged eyeliner and crap, again, I don't know, this is just my face, I don't know if you can see, but even when I was a little girl, I had these folds over here. And then I, you know, since I was a little girl, and of course, you know, now I'm getting crow's feet and stuff like that. So you try to do like a wing, and I'm like, like it's like a bumpy road. Trying to, because my eyes are just, I don't know, shape funny or something. But yeah, I mean, sometimes I'll try to do that, but that's when I'm filming from like far away, so you can't see what's going on. But if ever you do want to do, well, hello, what? When you want to do a wing liner, when I do it, I usually take, again, some foundation or some eye primer, and I just kind of clean up around the wing, and then or a smudge out under the eyes. So I do the eyeliner under the eyes as well, and then I'll put in some shadows, matching up whatever. So like if I had lighter right here in the inner third, I'll put a little bit of lighter under here, and then fade it out to the darker stuff. Make sense? And of course, mascara, boom, done. Oh, I just realized I didn't do my eyebrows. See, I told you I was lazy. I just realized I didn't do that. I normally, okay, I'm really lazy with eyebrows. So I got me a stick. It's like a stick with some makeup in it. And it's 4 eyebrows. And you literally go whoop, whoop, fluff, 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 comb it down. Done. Done, girl. If you want to highlight the eyebrows a little bit more, then you can put, you know, like your little, what is it? Like an eye primer or something to kind of clean up above it as well. But again, I may not be the best person to tell you because I keep it real streamlined. I really do. All right. So the next question comes from Linda Lucas. Hi, Linda. Do you like all natural skincare products? And what do you think about the over-the-counter brands? Or also, what is your preferred skincare product? And somebody else, we can talk about my skincare routine because somebody asked me, I think in a comment on YouTube, I don't remember who, I'm sorry if that's you, write me again and I'll give you a shout out. But my favorite skincare product, as far as like can't do without, would be skin serum. Okay, now I have a crazy skincare regimen. I like it, like, and I see it as like treating myself. So I find it very luxurious to do. I have face masks. I have every kind that you can imagine. I do them often, or try to at least. But we'll get into that in a second. So skin serum is my go-to. So after you wash your face or exfoliate, a toner. I do a toner, and I do a very gentle one. So mine's not astringent. The whole idea of a toner is to restore the pH of your skin. Now, if you already have kind of a very balanced cleanser, especially like the Estee Lauder ones and stuff like that. I know I'm like, I'm so hung up on Estee Lauder. Those typically, you don't really need the toner afterwards because they're so gentle, but I still do it anyway, and it'll pick up extra traces of anything that the cleanser didn't get. But then there's the serum. Okay, and I have tried every kind. There's one that's an all-natural one. It's called Orin, and it was sent to me by a viewer, and I really do love it. It's, I think I don't remember what the price point is. I think it's up there, but that's a really good one. Skin primers I have not liked, or not, skin serums I have not liked. You guys know the NYX one with the gold flakes, and it's supposed to be a serum and a primer or something. It's too sticky for me. As far as like all natural skincare, I want to like it, but a lot of it just doesn't work. Okay, it just doesn't work. As far as body care, for example, Burt's Bees. I had like the body lotion, and I hear people all the time, oh, I love Burt's Bees, and I'm like, why? Does it not peel up on you? Like it does on me. Like if I don't get it on fast enough, it starts peeling off. Or sometimes you get odd smells in the all natural skincare. So the answer to that is I want to like all natural skincare, but I'm not there yet. As far as like if it doesn't work, I don't try to make it work. You know, I'm just like, I give up on it and I move on, or I go back to my tried and true kinds of serums. One of my favorite serums from like back in the day was Prescriptives. It was amazing. Prescriptives, as last I heard, is no longer around, so that's unfortunate. But yeah, I'm all about skin serums, and and then you put your moisturizer on top of it and your eye cream. I know. But if you get organized and you get your, you know, your little vanity or your sink or whatever all set up, it's like boom, boom, boom. It's very streamlined and you just take care of it. But also exfoliators as well. One of my favorite brands right now, and I think this is an all natural brand, I might be wrong, Tatcha. I started using that when that brand first came out, and I'm so happy to see it taking off. And Kim Kardashian had I think she did the setting spray, and I'm wearing that today. Love it. Love, love, love. But that is my go-to exfoliator, the rice powder exfoliator. Cannot recommend it enough. Love, love, love. That's in my shower right now. I use it all the time. So as far as my skincare regimen, which people have asked, so I stick to very, very gentle cleansers, and I just do like, you know, drugstore things. So for example, what do? I have Cetaphil is what I'm using right now as my cleanser. Again, because I have eczema on my eyelids. Who gets it on the eyelids? That's so weird. Anyway, we could go off about that. But I use Cetaphil, and then right now I'm using a Lancome toner, which is pretty tame, right? Do that all over. Then my skin serum from Arena, I forget what it's called, but Arena or Aren, and let that soak in. Then my eye cream, and then my moisturizer. So the other suggestion I would, and then of course exfoliating a few times a week, and I do face masks a few times a week, and I switch up what kind of face masks I do, and I do a similar thing on my body, except I have this really amazing like oil sugar scrub that I use, but any kind of oil sugar scrub will work. If you find that your tub gets too slippery, go ahead and scrub your body down first, then wash your hair. The shampoo will kind of wash some of the oil away, and it won't be as slick. Okay, and then of course I have Delectables is like my go-to body cream for like a cheaper version of body cream. What was another one that I love? Oh, the Lancome one. That's really good. Yeah, I have all kinds of different products, but yeah, it's like a hobby for me to keep up with my skin. Now, I think Linda, you were asking too about what do I think about over-the-counter brands. I'm assuming you mean counter brands. So like in a store, is that what you mean? Again, my go-tos for skincare. Okay, one I will caution you against as far as skincare goes, Elizabeth Arden. The Privage. I had a sample of that one time. I used to be, for whatever reason, I don't know how I got hung up on Elizabeth Arden, but I really loved their skincare. It was working for me. It was all good. And then I got a sample of Privage when it first came out. It was horrible. I had to go to the doctor. I had this, it looked like a burn, like a chemical burn all over my face and these little bumps. And I had a very unfortunate experience with customer service who initially responded with, well, it was a sample. What are you complaining about? And everyone reacts differently. And it wasn't until I came back and said, okay, this is what's wrong with your response. I expect to be taken seriously. Another person reached out to me and apologized. And I mean, again, I should have made them pay for my doctor bill. But yes, they ended up sending me a bottle of perfume as I'm sorry that this happened. And just so you know, when I was reaching out to them, I wasn't trying to get anything for free. It was a free sample. I understand that. I wasn't trying to do that. I was just letting them know this happened. So if it's happening to other people, you should be aware of it, and didn't get treated so hot. So obviously I gave up on Elizabeth Arden. Don't use them anymore. But just from a practical standpoint, if you have very sensitive skin, which I tend to have, be careful with any kind of anti-aging line in a skincare line. Always get a sample first and like test it, maybe test it on your jawline first to make sure you're not going to have a reaction. But yeah, as far as skincare goes, oh gosh, I hit everybody. I hit up Lancome a lot. Estee Lauder. I have La Prairie eye cream right now. Yes, I drop, if there's any one thing that I need to like scale back on, it's how much I drop on skincare. I mean, I drop it hard on skincare. So I do have La Prairie eye cream, and that's working out amazingly well. But yeah, I think that's it. If you want more clarification or something didn't make sense, just let me know. And until next time, guys, take care.